Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. What's the story?
Okay, so I was saying that this was all over the news yesterday, sad one, and I hope he's okay. World leaders reacted with shock and condemnation after Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico suffered life-threatening gunshot wounds on Wednesday, what officials said was an assassination attempt. They should be more like Nigerians and have DSS, have everybody, a lot of security. Not these Igbo people. They like to move around by themselves. The shooting took place in the town of Handlova, about 90 miles northeast of the capital, Bratislava, as Fico emerged from a government meeting, according to CBS News. According to a statement on the PM's Facebook page, he was shot multiple times and was in critical condition. Yes. And I heard the person was right there shooting. So I was wondering, what happened to his security detail? Dramatic footage from the scene in central Slovakia showed security agents grabbing a wounded Fico from the ground and hustling him into a black car and sped away as police handcuffed a person on the pavement. They said the man is currently under detention. AFP reports that police detained him and that they are all shocked by the terrible and heinous attack, and that he's in critical condition, and that we hope he has a safe recovery and nothing serious actually happens to him.
Yeah, the result of the autopsy conducted on the body of the late singer Ilerioluwa Aloba, also known as Mohbad, says it's unable to ascertain the cause. He died on the, I checked the date. Anyway, he died on the 16th, I think. Oh, no, I checked the date.
You understand your age, Mikey. It's understandable. You understand. We don't expect you to know
He died on the 12th of September.
We don't expect you to know the dates. Just go ahead.
He died on the 12th of September, but yeah, you have got your own back, Abby. Don't worry, today is today. You will not go escape. So, the autopsy, his body was exhumed on the 22nd. And so they said the body, it was too decomposed for them to ascertain the cause of death. But they haven't got the full pathologist report. They will bring that out. But as this was given by the lawyer Wahab Shittu, who says that, well, people should not just go about speculating.
I thought an autopsy can be done at any time, even after a couple of years. What has the composition of
that's what surprised me.
That's weird.
All right, so let me take this story.
They suspect it was to do with the drugs he was given at the hospital.
So our former president is saying exactly what we have been saying from gazillion years ago. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has voiced his backing for the current movement, advocating that Nigeria should do away with the current presidential system. He highlighted the importance of adopting a system that effectively addresses Nigeria's unique problems, I would say Africa's unique problems, at a meeting with a group of 60 members of the House of Representatives pushing for a return to the parliamentary system in Abuja. He was speaking, and let me quote him specifically. He said, "Our journey began on an unstable foundation, which is Western liberal democracy. This system, inherited from a colonial past, has fueled our problems. It's now our responsibility to chart a new course. Western liberal democracy introduced the concept of opposition, equating it to enmity. Yet, there's nothing inherently African about this model. It's time to redefine our path." I've been saying this for years, and I'm so happy that gradually people are seeing it. We need to review
With due
our
respect
current...
to him, for someone that wanted a third term, he should not be speaking.
What?
Yes.
Well,
what?
Amaka, I can't love you
With
any...
due respect to him, for a man that, a president that wanted a
Hello?
third term, should not be saying
Have you been
this.
to Kigali recently? Some people are doing multiple terms and their country is moving forward. So let's leave the third terms. Yes, it was alien to us, but it could have actually helped our country. It's not a hot topic. It's not a hot topic, YK.
No, it's not a hot topic. You shouldn't have read the story.
It's a story in the papers now. Moving on to Daily Sun.
It's not a hot topic.
It's not a hot topic.
What nonsense? You
Daily
that you wanted to do third term.
You don't want
You
to
are not telling us democracy is not good.
It's not good. Very funny.
Others will say, let us do our own third term too. Then
Maybe the third term could have helped us. You don't know. It could have helped us.
it would have helped us do what now?
No, because
Stay in
sometimes
democracy
you
or-
need time to make changes. You can't fix the country in 8 years. After years of decadence, you can't fix it in 8 years. Sometimes you need 16 years. You need more years. Yeah, so they can review the constitution. Yes. Moving on to Daily Sun.
The person he handed over to
Daily Sun, please.
Today is going to be such a good day.
Senate moves against government on local government autonomy. Judiciary, biggest threat to Nigeria, says Peter Obi. Labour rejects federal government's 48,000 naira. We talked about that earlier. Tinubu inaugurates 3 gas projects. Nigeria's inflation rate rises to 33.6%. Article hits federal government. Federal government.
We didn't hear.
What did you hear?
Inflation rises to what?
Heavy.
How can we laugh about
Too heavy.
It's too serious.
It's too serious. Article hits federal government over plans to use 20 trillion naira pension funds to build infrastructure. 5 probe Wike commissioners quit Fubara's cabinet. And FG subsidizes 2024 Hajj with 90 billion naira, says Shetima. Which story are we taking in?
That going to be a hot topic.
Headline. So, a motion sponsored by Suleiman Kawu of the MPP in Kano South has argued that key national challenges must be addressed. If key national challenges must be addressed, local government institutions must be revived. He is arguing that the state governments have completely made redundant local governments. They also said that the state governors are misappropriating funds allocated to local government council, claiming that some of these chairmen are made to sign off their checks to governors who in turn pay peanuts to them. They're also asking the president, they gave him some points of agenda that he must address. He said, number 1, the president must champion the cause of full autonomy for local governments. They said that he must immediately disable payments to all those caretaker committee local governments that heads, all those local governments headed by caretaker committee. The president must immediately stop allocation to them. They're also saying that the challenges we face, including persistent security and threats, rural-urban migration, decaying infrastructure, widespread unemployment, demand bold action. And we believe that empowering the local governments holds the key to unlocking a brighter future for all Nigerians. They said the president should convene a national dialogue involving governors, state legislators, local government officials, civil society organizations, community leaders to discuss the roadmap towards achieving full local government autonomy.
Right.
And he must also use his leadership to influence to persuade the federating units and all critical stakeholders in the constitutional alteration and processes and administration. But the one that they said, plenty, but there's this one, they're asking the president to champion the amendment of the constitution, changes to the constitution to enshrine and guarantee genuine independence for local government. And
very, very long.
You people are the Senate.
Right.
Why does the president need to champion that? But I'm aware that, President Buhari ensured the local government autonomy. So the local government chairman should stop being, puppets of the governors.
Okay, so...
Daily Sun?
Yes, Daily Sun. So Peter Obi took a jab at the judiciary. I'm a bit offended, though.
Oh, you took that story. Okay, you didn't start it, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So he said that although that there are still a few good judges and justices, the situation was worrisome and a threat to the future of the nation, and advocated stronger institutions and standard rule of laws to save the country's future and democracy. He said this in a keynote speech he delivered titled "The Role of the Judiciary in Shaping the Nigeria's Future." He said that when the rule of law is compromised, the most vulnerable are the members of society, and that the fabric of our society begins to fray. The integrity of our institutions, the protection of human rights, and the stability of our nation are all jeopardized. At least he acknowledged the fact that there are still a few good judges, but that there's a decline amongst the judiciary. Exactly. Right. This is a jab at us. We're not finding this funny.
Okay, I wanted to take the presidential fleet. The House of Representatives have said that they're going to summon the NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, over the faulty aircrafts. They said this at a press briefing yesterday. They said that our president had to take a chartered flight from Saudi Arabia to the United Kingdom on his last trip because the plane developed a fault. They said the vice president, 1 hour into his flight, had to turn back because the plane developed a fault. It says this is the presidential fleet, and that it's a very sorry situation that the nation should find itself.
Right.
He said if the speaker can find itself in this situation, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. The life and security of our president, indeed, and the sovereignty of this country is at stake. Exactly. But the minority leader, Kingsley Chinda, said there is nothing wrong with public officials using public transportation. In Britain, the Prime Minister uses BA and blah, blah, blah. So,
Vanguard, moving on quickly. Edo Guba Obaseki warns of politicians against frustrating palace any gay peace talk. Article kicks against federal government's plan to borrow pension funds. Rivers crisis, 5 pro-Wike commissioners resign. Governors have killed local government, says Senate. And CNG, nationwide deployment begins May 29th. Okay, so the story, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has told the federal government to discard any plans to access the pension fund for investment in infrastructure. Remember, I took that story a couple of days ago. And the federal government was saying that they need to have a conversation with the private sector to see how they can access the 20 trillion naira of pension fund available within the country. But Atiku Abubakar is speaking up, saying that my attention is drawn to the disturbing disclosure by the finance minister and coordinating minister of the economy, Wale Edun, as he addressed saying that they're going to be taking 20 trillion naira from the nation's pension fund. He said that he has told them to desist from doing that. He said that he provided no useful details, such as the percentage of the funds to be mopped from these pension funds, for example. And he also, it's another attempt to penetrate illegality by the federal government, And the federal government must be cautioned to act strictly within the provisions of the Pension Reform Act of 2014. Okay, I think we have to wrap up. Any other major story that we...
Yeah.
Go ahead, YK.
I was going to take the one in the Tribune that a man bombs a Kano mosque in protest over inheritance. Did you take it?
Let me just take Nigerian Tribune quickly, very quickly. Why I bombed Kano mosque, says suspect. Tinubu must not fiddle with Nigeria's pension funds, says article. Senate in fresh move to secure autonomy for local governments. And Undo APC internal crisis deepens as Ward Exco suspends Jimo Ibrahim. Okay.
Yeah, he said he had a problem with the inheritance. So he made a petrol bomb, locked the mosque with the people inside there. I think there were 40 people inside. 25 people got injured, and then he bombed it.
Locked them in.
Locked them in. And then when they asked him, he said it was because he had a problem with the inheritance.
They
So
said,
I don't know
his
if
family did not share their inheritance, and it was changed in how the inheritance was shared.
So is it the people that shared the inheritance that were inside the mosque?
So
That's what I'm not sure.
To any inheritance, there are portions apportioned already by God, and they are given like that. They are not, there's no shortchanging. Maybe he wanted something bigger. But I don't know how those people too developed the sharing. It's a very difficult...
We have to wrap up. We can't take any more
Do you
stories.
think he has psychological problems?
I think so.
I think that is... Oh, this Jimo Ibrahim story, nobody read it. Ha! After all the money the guy has spent, I'm saying that they suspended... Esco suspends Jimo Ibrahim.
But some people are saying they haven't
Suspended.
heard.
Okay. Let's just move on. It's not a hot
done a
topic.
video for them where it was dancing.
Because me, I don't understand. It's Thursday. First, we have a woman we love today. She's joining us from Abuja studios to interview her on her work that she's been doing. And after that, we'll go into our hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.